Six Nations were powerful enough to fight, powerful enough to organize, and were a tremendous threat to a government which was brand new, which had just come through 7 years of war, which had no resources to depend on from England anymore, had cut themselves off from their father, and so were more or less tired, and they were exposed. And so they were now facing possibility of an all-out Indian war with the Six Nations at the head. So that treaty was made from a point of common sense on their part, and a trade on our part to secure our own territory and never move, where that great tree of peace was planted by the peacemaker at Onondaga, where I come from. The Council Fire, the fire keepers of the Six Nations, so like the capital. We are bound to protect that territory at all costs, where he planted that tree of peace. It is our charge. And so this is how they decided they would protect it. And they had the power enough to force a treaty. There was the other answer was war. And the Six Nations was willing. Our great law did not allow for us not to defend ourselves. So we were in a position where they had to make a decision. Were they going to fight or were they going to treat? And at that time, we treated on a point of equality and power for peace. And so we secured our territory, supposedly forever, or as long as our two nations existed. I mean, the question is, not us, the question is, how do you view sovereignty? The question is, why does it frighten you? Why is sovereignty an issue? That's the question.
This federal war exists because of the resources of the land. The federal war exists because the federal people know something about the natural mineral resources of that land that our people don't know. They know that there's oil, and they know that there's things like natural gas there. This federal war exists for the same reason all the other federal wars have ever existed. Because they look at it in dollar signs. They look at it in money.
We're the ones that still believe that everything that is sacred and holy revolves in a circle. Because it's very simple. You look at the sun, it's round. The moon is round. The stars are round. The trees are round. The raccoon is round. The fish are round. The spider is round. You and I are round. Everything that is sacred and holy in this universe is round. And so in realizing that circle, you have to be revolutionary.
But the Sioux Nation, I'm not going to go underground. I must fight till I die. If I'm going to send to penitentiary again, I'm going to be there. But I'm going to come well, as soon as I come out, I will continue. I must continue.
We all have a thorn in our feet. It's we ourselves have to bend down and pull it, or else the pain is going to be with us forever. We ourselves have to do it. It's not easy. It's never easy. Just like the brother pointed out, the forces against us are full-time. They have the resources which they have taken away from our land. And they use those resources to permanently cripple us, our dignity, our ability to act for ourselves. But there is only one thing they cannot take away from us. That is us, our minds. Once we have accepted it up here, once we have accepted that we shall be free, it's a matter of time. It is a matter of time. 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, we are going to be free. Nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop us. We start being free by feeling that way, that ability to be free, and the means shall be found.
I missed the first conference that they had, the treaty conference. But this time, when we received the invitation and the posters on our reservation, I made up my mind I wasn't going to miss this, and I was going to come here even if I had to hitchhike to get here. But fortunately, I didn't have to do that. So there's a good feeling here, and we have strong leaders. And the beauty of having a meeting like this is that all strong people who have the love for their own race come and meet. This is where we fellowship together. And there has been a good feeling here.
I try to help my people. I try to help all the people, the Indian people, to unite them all so we can stand together like years ago our grandparents, our forefathers. They was in a circle, they prayed together, they ate together, they shared together, shared everything. So this is the way I was raised. So I've met a lot of people here. I don't care who they are. They come in, feed them. And I bought this place, and I looked around, and before I bought it, I come down here, and there's beautiful for Sundance. So I bought this place, and I told my family, I said, I'm going to have a Sundance here. I have a lot of children, but my heart is for my people, I guess. So not just my people, but for every tribe, Indian tribe. I try to unite the Indian tribe in this Western Hemisphere. And I wanted to travel this year as much tribe people as I could, but I'm a poor man. I haven't got the money to travel. But I'll get to them some way, someday.
And these little ones that they're going to learn so they could continue. These are very important symbols that we have, we must continue. Right behind you, when you look back, the white man standing right there. Remember, he's a very dangerous man. He's waiting he's waiting for you to trip. And he's waiting to you to trip to assault the universe. That you are a part of this nature. So you must walk. You must walk in a very sacred way. And these are very important. We never had two masters. We only have one master, grandfather. But since the United States government come to this Western Hemisphere, we have two masters. So we are confused who to believe, what to believe. But remember, we was born to be a red man. And we was born to be a nation.